we got, it talks about Jadeveon Clowney again to the Lions. It's been like the last 2 years. This has been a talking point. Oh, he's a good fit for the Lions. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Y'all know. I know it's heavy piston rotation right now. But, we getting into the groove of things. I'm going to keep pumping the Lions out even when others ain't. But I think from a roster fit, you want to, the Lions have always, before this regime, they've always believed in volume in the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? They believed in the volume, waves of defensive linemen. They always believed in that. But, right now you got the kid from Boise State they drafted, which I don't put no stock in him. He was a 6th-round draft pick. DJ Wanham, Aiden Hutchinson, the kid they drafted out of Michigan, Moore. I feel like it might be something, but I wouldn't mind Cam Jordan either. I feel like they should get a Cam Jordan or, Jadeveon Clowney is, they'll talk about Clowney. I'm not mad at it. I'm not sure he fit their character. I'm not saying he's a bad person, but I just think he don't fit their character. But, I don't see why not. You got a kind of a youth movement going with Hutch, the kid from Boise State, and Wanham. So I not Wanham, I meant the kid from Michigan. Moore. That's a good youth movement going on. I think it'll be another good move, to get a guy like a Cam Jordan in there or a guy like a Jadeveon Clowney in there. Clowney's still athletic. You put him down there, Lee McNeil dunking the basketball, so he feeling good. He should be almost back to form this year. I know it'll be a little bit longer since he a little bit heavier. So, you got him. You got a lot of chips bet on Tyleik Williams. You got Aiden Hutchinson. So the D-line look good. Behind Hutch, you got probably the kid from Michigan. Behind Wanham, you probably got the kid from Boise State. You put a Clowney in there, you got a lot of depth. At those positions, you know what I'm saying? And you got a guy in Jadeveon Clowney, which I think will be a good mentor for Hutch. Kid from Michigan, the kid from Boise State, the guy that been at the highest of the highs and had some low moments in the NFL. And despite kind of the Reggie Bush thing, where him and Reggie Bush didn't live up to the NFL hype, they still here. Clowney been in the league gotta be almost about 10 years. The average NFL career is 10 and a half years. People may look at Reggie Bush's career as not a successful career, but he stuck around a long time. He stuck around a long time in this league, and he made good plays in Detroit, good plays in Miami. Some people felt like New Orleans held him back. He made good plays. He made a career out of it. Some of these guys, they get drafted and they be gone. You don't hear from them. So, Clowney, I think, will bring a lot of experience. I think at this point in his career, bring a lot of character to the locker room. I don't understand why not. The price shouldn't be too expensive. And I feel like you need that pass rusher to make that defensive end room. Even on the inside. You can't count on Levi Enrique to do anything. He's been injured his whole career. I don't know who else. I think they brought the other kid they signed back last year from Jacksonville or Dallas or something like that. I think they brought him back. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you can use that. It's just that, it seemed like Brad and I put this on Brad, not Dan. I think Brad just put more stock in the defensive backfield, having depth there. But in theory, you should put depth in that front end. He don't believe in having no front end depth. And that's where his depth, his head needs to turn to. Think about it. And I understand, there's some questions about your safeties coming into this year. You get the guy from Tampa, the safety, undrafted safety. You bring back Avonte Maddox. You bring back Roxanne. They can help manage the safeties. You got Terrion Rackstraw, the kid from McCrary, Tennessee, and the Rams to play nickel. The kid from Tampa can play nickel. You got DJ Reed. You got a lot of versatility in that backfield, but you got to put The more important thing is having depth in your front four. That's where the depth need to be at. You know, that's where that depth need to be at. You've been lacking there. You know, and I get it. He want to put a lot of emphasis on stopping the run, but you got to put emphasis on stopping that, on rushing the passer. Hutch is just not going to be enough. Hate to break that to him. Hutch is not enough. That's just the fact of the matter. Hutch is not enough. In reality, they got to do more around Hutch. That's a fact. They need to do more around Aleem McNeil Aleem McNeil and Hutch, man, in that line. They need somebody else, too. You know, I like what they did with the kid from Michigan. That's a good look, respectfully. Do you expect him to come in and have a situational pass rush impact from what I understand? I get it. That's what you expect, but it ain't gonna hurt. Cam Jordan had 11 sacks last year. Something like that, 10.5, 11.9. Jadeveon Clowney in that situation, playing third fiddle to Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, at this point, he gets you 8, 9 sacks probably, and even in a situational role. Cam Jordan got more juice left, you know. Might fuck around and get you 12.5, 13 sacks. Playing with those guys need a third wheel. They really do. They need a third wheel, man. And I'm opposed to Clowney. I prefer Cam Jordan, but I'm not opposed to Clowney. But what I do understand is this: them veterans don't be wanting to go to training camp neither, dog. They know how to get their body prepared, and they don't need to do that grueling training camp. And it is grueling. It's not as grueling as it used to be. You know, I understand that, but you know, in general, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, but we'll see what happens. But I like the pickup. I'm not mad at him or Cam Jordan. I mean, I think Jordan kind of fit more what they. I think both fit. I think Jordan's character, very, very good talker, social guy, good leader. But I think Clowney got a lot of experience to bring to that table for them young guys in there. Him and Jordan got a lot of experience to bring. They need that extra oomph. I think Brad should be looking at the back end too much. Like, nah, nigga, look at your front four. And then some people question his decision making of linebackers. I mean, obviously Jack Campbell, well, that's a chef's kiss. But yeah, I think he got to reconstruct what he's doing. Cause I think most people see it like I see it. You know, they see it like I see it. You know, they don't see it how he see it, and how he see it is just doing the same thing over and over again. Injury-prone players, a lot of people in the back end, and keep restructuring the back end and all that. Did somebody bring a fucking RV up into work? Somebody brought a fucking RV. But hey, man, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Appreciate y'all, man. One time for the one time. Peace.